All right, everyone. Hello and welcome to round number 8. 2 rounds left on the regular season for HRL RX. Going to do a quick fly through of the track. Immediate joker on this one. For this race, doing something a little bit different tonight. Usually do like the first lap and last lap jokers allowed, but on this one, no jokers on the first lap. So you won't see drivers going for that immediately. But there is the nice thing about this track is it's one of the smallest tracks on the schedule. Last week we did the smallest one with the quickest lap time. This one's the second closest there, so we're going to be running a lot of laps on this one as well. Just not quite as many as Calgary. Still a lot, pretty close, but not quite as many. You can see it's a pretty tricky track. This part's crazy. This big split line over there, that neg camber's brutal. This terrain is very tricky as well, very touchy. You have to be careful there. That first turn is very, very difficult. That first turn is actually maybe one of the hardest parts of the track, honestly, and that's saying something with all this other cheese. This is one of the most brutal tracks, I would say. This is potentially one of the most skill gap tracks. It's really going to test these guys. That's what I was saying. And nice to see, as you could tell, we actually got like the field back this week, so that's awesome to see. Let's take a look at how they line up. So it's going to be Vulcan, Luke, then Detail, Roman, Soul, then Armada, and then Opix, Solange, and Coop. Opix has the brownish. Coop's got the bluish action for the secondary, so I can help you guys out on that one. Hunter, Matt, and Camby. So there you go. That is the order. We're going to be doing 49 laps again, 2 jokers, and can't do it on the first lap. So 49 laps, 2 jokers, can't do it on the first lap. Or 49 checkpoints, sorry. It's 24 laps. Here we go. Whenever the nade is out, goes off, we're going to be going green. Be down for 49 laps on this track, but here we go. Green flag.
Gain the lead.
All the drivers roar into turn 1 again. I'm telling you, this is... It may not look like it, but it's one of the most tricky turns in the schedule. This is going to be a difficult part here. Vulcan goes super wide in the lead. It's going to push the other 2 guys on the front row wide, and this is going to mix up the start immensely. Already at the start of this race, Soul just goes down up the terrain. That is surprising. It's kind of brutal, too. He goes down hard and gets spun around, and Vulcan going wide really worked out for Slaunch and Roman here. They get a big boost on the start. It's like a 3 wide Camby, Luke, and Armada right there. It's Detail, Roman, Slaunch battling for that spot. Vulcan's going to have the early lead. Joker is open now. These guys not going for it yet. Oh, Armada spins out. Going to open up the door there. And one driver goes for the Joker. Might have been Matt on that one. We'll see here in a moment. Going through this neg camber, super tricky. Was not Matt. I'm guessing... Oh, it was Opix on that one. First driver to take a Joker. Wow, really loose up there for Vulcan. Detail already trying to make work happen on Slaunch, and he's got the line here. He's probably going to take second place, so trying to make those spots back up, getting back up to second place already. Luke's still in 5th. Roman is now 4th. Slaunch holding on to that last podium spot. I think Hunter just ripped a Joker right there. I think we could see that's what was going to happen there at the end. We'll see it here in a moment. Wow, big send right there. Camby almost got that. Yeah, it was Hunter and then a few other drivers. Armada and Soul taking their Jokers as well, or taking one of them. And yeah, this inside line's probably going to be the preferred one. But we'll see some runnings of the... There you go. We got some drivers in the back going for the oval turn. It's actually not that bad. It's kind of the thing where, like, if you run... oh, Vulcan in the lead going for a Joker. See how this works out. But if you run it well, that inside line's faster, but if you cheese it, the outside could be better. And look at that, they come together. Oh, that scared me. They come together. We got to take a look at a replay on this again. This could be a big moment in the race. So let's take a look at it again. So Vulcan going for an early Joker, even with the lead gap, and he's going to come out right next to Detail and super far over, leaving just enough room, barely, and ends up cheesing him. He goes down hard, and that was a brutal one. I think Vulcan probably should have stuck it left a little bit more on that one. Probably would have made it through, but it's unfortunate there going down. Gonna have to try to recover from that. Still got pretty decent pace on this track, taking a heat win. He should be able to reel it back in if he can focus up. I mean, he's still got a pretty good gap on people, considering he took a Joker already. He's still past many people, so not race over for him yet. Joker, that was... Oh, so it is Luke to second now. It's Roman, Well, was Roman in third. We'll see where he comes out now. Taking a Joker. Slaunch taking a Joker. It's going to be close. Camby coming in hot. Camby taking the spot. And Roman with a bit of a crossover. We got some big action back here as well. Multiple Jokers being taken. Vulcan taking 1, 3, 4 wide. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Vulcan and Opix in the back right there. They just got caught on the end of that. And that just 4 wide's not going to work there. Surprised it barely worked for these guys.
Lap complete.
I like this. We're getting some really good action in the back right here. Split line. Oh no, what happened there? Oh, that was a great showcase of the split line cheese right there, by the way. That was an awesome shot. Cool moment in the race. They're going to go for a Joker. Who was that? This backpack battle's insane. That was Slaunch. I kind of want to look at a replay. What happened to him there? Because this battle in the back was insane, but what happened to Slaunch here? Did he hit the rock? Oh, that is... that is so unlucky. Let's watch this one more time. Oh, that is so unlucky. Oh, that is so unlucky. If Camby doesn't cheese that rock. I gotta say, though, credit to Slaunch. Great heads-up play. A lot of drivers would have, like, melted and, like, froze up right there. Great heads-up play to immediately get out of the hog and go for the reset. That was really smart. So I gotta give him credit on that. But that's gonna suck. He's gonna have to try to recover from that. That was absolutely unfortunate and brutal. Oh, that's gonna be tight. Oh my god. Wow, he hooks it up. Goes back to the inside. 3 wide still. Dude, the battling on this track is insane. Oh, Matt goes down on the exit there. Opix decides to go for the other line. Oh, that was close. See how this one works out. I imagine Slaunch should have a pretty good run, and it's going to be hard for Opix, too, because he's got Hunter. Hunter just steals momentum. They're actually going to be pretty close still. Look at that run. Wow. Dude, the battling is insane. I can't even follow everything. Another Joker being taken in front of us. This might be the battle track of the season. Soul spins out. Big run to the inside. Whoa. Aggressive run for Vulcan. Stuck on the end of the jump. I kind of... It's like I want to get an update on what's going on for the lead battle or the rest of the pack, but this battle's just too hot. So we're 15 checkpoints in. Jeez, there's still a lot of the race to go. It's Detail and Luke. That's the gap right now with no Jokers for either of them, and it's closing in, so that might be a lead battle brewing right there. Camby is holding on to third, and Camby has a great third-place gap right there, but I'm not sure what the Joker situation is there. Slaunch is there. Where the hell is Roman in all this? Where did Roman go? Did I miss him? Oh, there he is, right? I think that was him. What? So we're going to take another look at that. What the hell? So let's get a run through the order one more time. So again, it's Detail, Luke, and then it is Camby. That's why I got confused. Roman went for another Joker. I think his last of that lap right there. So Roman in fourth, may virtually be in third on the track, I want to say. Roman having a great run. Camby, I got to say, having a great run so far. And then what the hell happens here? So Slaunch gets away from this pack, which I'm sure he's happy about. And oh... I don't know. I don't know how to call that one. We got to watch that again. We might have to slow-mo that one. So here it is. It's Soul, Hunter, and Vulcan. This is going to be one of those situations where Soul doesn't know it's like 3 wide. It's not even really 3 wide, though. Soul checks up super hard, and Hunter not hard enough. That was brutal. That was a tough situation right there. Let's get one more slow-mo replay for funsies.
Lap complete.
One more time. Oh. Maybe the most brutal crash that we'll see in Moto 1. Right there. That's going to hurt. Hunter and Soul, absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. One of those things is bound to happen eventually, but I gotta say, I am very happy with the battling of the battles have been kind of insane so far in the beginning of this race. And speaking of which, lead battle potentially pop it in. Detail and Luke potentially going to be the lead battle here. Luke going to go for the other line. We'll get another look at this. I think a lot of it depends like how well you enter. And the thing is too, I low-key feel like the oval turn line is easier to run when you're not like chasing somebody. So when you're close to somebody, it's like you want to run the different line, but it almost feels slower when you're close to someone. So it's kind of weird. But this is close, and they're going to be catching up to lap traffic too. On top of all the other battles that we've been having, we may have a lead battle. Luke having a peek to the inside. Side by side. Going to be going through the terrain. Detail's going to just barely get the gap. Luke maybe not going to do it that time. Not going to go for the overturn that time. Oh, but not going to have anywhere to go in the inside line, and that's where it gets brutal. Like, what do? Do you just keep following there, or do you try to run something different? It's a decision that you have to make, and look at that. That's the lap traffic that they're going to be coming up on in a few laps' time, but I don't... Oh, inside run. Maybe in the first turn. Okay, evens out at the end. That was getting pretty close again. Another time. This is going to be a close one to the end for sure. Luke maybe trying to set up a crossover here. Still trying to slam it in, get ahead, going into the inside. And Luke going for the exit speed. Interesting how this will end up working out. A little bit of Yas and Yace right there. All good. Oh my god, what is going on in the Ned Camber? Oh! Oh! I gotta highlight this. And on this lap, Luke confident gonna go for the first Joker. Detail holds it super wide. That was a move. That was a move. Luke's gonna go in for the Joker in his first lap there. Interesting tactics there. Detail gonna hold on to the lead for that one. We'll see how it works out when they come back out, because Detail does get the spin out afterwards, so that'll probably make up for that because there wasn't really that much time. God, there is so much going on the track right now. This is kind of absurd. And we're just hitting the halfway point. So onboard action. Detail going to be coming up with lap traffic. Matt coming up next. That's what we're going to be seeing on track. Does he go for the Joker? Not going to go for the Joker. Going to try to rip the inside. Probably calming to Matt that he's coming up here shortly. And going to make the move on the inside there. And I'm curious to see how this works out when he takes that next Joker. We're going to be waiting on that one. Camby, that's Armada that got put a lap down. Camby is right there. I think Camby may still have another Joker to take. I want to say maybe one. Roman's done. That's Roman right there. Again, that's Camby. And nobody else is even close. Like, I think Slaunch is 5th, but Slaunch is very much... That was tight. Slaunch is very much, like, on his own in 5th. Like, he's just kind of in his own race. It's going to be really hard for him to be caught by anybody or catch anybody. Like, he's kind of doomed to that 5th place right now is what it looks like. Detail and Luke might still be pretty close when the Jokers happen. That sucks for Armada. Camby and Roman, again, it kind of depends. I kind of feel like Roman should have it on Camby, but I feel like Camby might have it on Slaunch. So we'll have to see how that works out. And then 6th through 12th is, like, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Like, it's absurd in this race. Like, those guys are going to be going back and forth. We'll see them over there. They're going to be going at each other. And here it is. This is the Joker, I believe. So this is Detail going in for his first. Luke still has to take another one, so both leaders still with one to go. How are they going to come out? Very close, and Luke actually does have the inside line. Oh, they keep it clean. Nobody's spinning out completely, and the lead battle's back on. Haven't had one of these close lead battles for a race in a minute. Definitely had some the last few races, but not like for an entire race, and that's looks like what we're on for here in Moto 1. Side by side, look at that, just all the way throughout, side by side. But here I think is where Luke's got the line this first part. But interestingly enough, Detail just sends on the Joker there. But I think that's the advantage. I think Luke really likes the first sector, first half of the track. I think Detail really likes the second half of the track, and that's why this battle ends up being kind of weird. Oh, but Detail does spin it out a little bit there in the Ned Camber. That's not going to help him. So when Luke takes that second Joker, it'll be interesting where he comes out. Joker's coming here. Oh my goodness, that was Camby. I think Camby done with his Jokers right now. Oh, Slaunch gets loose afterwards. That's unfortunate, because Slaunch would have been right back in that battle. I was not expecting Camby to be that close with Slaunch after being done with his Jokers. I was not expecting that. And Luke's just going to go in for the second Joker, so we're going to see it very early on here. Here we go. Take a look at the side shot. This is going to be the race for the lead yet again. Detail actually must have had a really good recovery after that, a really good lap. Gets it by... a hog, but I mean, they're still right on top of each other. And going to be going at it for the rest of this moto, it seems, still, as we don't have that much time remaining. We're starting to get close to the end. And here's Roman. Roman's not that far off. So Roman's still lurking there, too. If anything, if any more cheese happens between them. Across the line that time by. It's going to be 7 laps to go. Absolutely flying through this race. And again, 7 to go. We are getting there. And the top, again, we're talking about the top 2 battle, but Roman's not that far off. So if he can not make any mistakes, it might even be a top 3 battle. And Roman needs these points, too. If he could have good points today. I mean, if you watch the recap, I do like Dua Lipa. I was talking about it in the recap, how Roman has to be an ace the last 2 rounds. Like, he has no mulligans to work with, really. But he can fight for that, like, 4th, 5th place spot. He can gain some spots, I think, but he needs to be an absolute ace and not screw up and just be clean the rest of the way. I thought we were going to have it right there, but not quite yet, and we have lap traffic approaching. This race could still get very interesting, as it's been the entire moto. And they're just running a very similar pace right now. I feel like we saw, you know, these guys having faster laps on each other back and forth, but now I feel like the last few laps, they've all been settling in, been railing laps these last few. I love the different lines, too. It feels like we're seeing different lines out of, like, all of the top 3 and different strats out of all the top 3. I like that. Lagavulin really putting on a show. Detail getting a nice gap. I feel like that's the largest gap he's had in, like, freaking 15 laps or so. But not over yet. Still time left to go. And again, the thing with this track is not only can you make gains off of running lines well, you can also very easily cheese lines and lose time. And that's what makes this track very interesting. It's so brutal on these drivers again. Like, I think this is probably the most skill gap track on the schedule. I mean, there's a couple other ones that you could maybe argue, but I think this one's probably the hardest. And I think it's showing it here too with how aggressive the battling is, because even in the top spots, like, these guys aren't perfect. They're making mistakes too. So we like to see that. And we're 4 laps to go. And Roman, I think Roman made some sort of mistake or got cheesed, so he fell all the way back there. We saw him at the first turn, so now it's no longer a third top 3 battle potential. It's definitely between top 2. We're going to have to see how this works out with 4 to go, coming on 3 to go very soon. And Detail just had momentarily a very big gap, but Luke's worked it down a little bit. Detail had a rough run in the Ned Camber this lap, so Luke's starting to get it back. We may not see the end of this battle yet, but again, like I said, I think Luke really likes the first half of the track. I think Detail really likes the second half of the track. We kind of see it there with the way the gaps work out. Interesting dichotomy there, how that works out. Not always the case when you have 2 guys running up front, but sometimes that is how it works out. And Detail does get that little spin, and that might be the opening that Luke needs. Here we go. It's going to be a lead battle still. It's looking like Detail might have had it locked up, but we're not done yet. Word to Crim6. I think we're going to 2 to go this time by. It got too hot. Lost the lap count. We are going to 2 to go this time by. And it's close. Battle is on. Luke on an 8 moto streak. Detail trying to end it here, and it's big for him. He's fighting for second place in points. He could use this, but look at that. A very clean move. Was calling it out in the race. That first turn for Luke was the turn. He gets the run to the inside, but here they go into the Ned Camber. Oh, and Luke gets a little 4 tires and gets out of the rut. Can't believe it. Gets out of the rut right there. That could have been the move for the lead, and that's going to be a really big gap for Detail. That might be it, but that Ned Camber's been biting everybody this race. I wouldn't call it, even with that gap. I wouldn't call it until it's over. Still 1 more lap to go. White flag. Here we go. All Detail has to do is probably hit this first turn a little bit wide right there, but not too bad. Maybe lost a little bit of time, but it's going to be fine here as long as he hits this Ned Camber well. And he hits it. He just don't slide out there. Hits it well enough. You can tell Luke really slamming the inside, trying to make it work, but I think that last lap was the last opportunity. Great race all throughout. But in the end, Detail's going to hold on for this one. Going over the last jump and to the line. And it's going to be Detail, then Luke, and then Roman. Oh, yeah. That's going to be your top 3 for this one. Who the hell just came out there? Camby. And then I think that's a lapper slaunch, so that's going to be your top 5. Oh, Armada coming out there. I'm not sure if that was for position. I don't think it was. I think that's Vulcan there, going to be 6th, Soul 7th. And I believe Opix and Hunter. Hold on, give me a moment here. Yeah, so we'll roll through it one more time. So Detail, Luke, Roman, Camby, Slaunch, Vulcan, Soul, Opix, Hunter, Coop, Armada, and Matt. That is going to be your order for Moto 1. Shout out to Camby, hard charger in that Moto. Worked his way up to 4th from starting last. He did not have a good heat race, but he found something in the Moto. Got to give credit to him. That was a really good race out of him. That was the fastest that Camby's looked on one of these in a minute. He really had that figured out, so got to give him credit there. 8 positions gained. I mean, the next closest for anybody was 3, and that was Slaunch, so that's pretty impressive. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed Moto 1. The streak is over. Detail takes it down, and did you like that? I didn't have my hand on the controller right there. Definitely no drift at all, but yeah, takes the win. Takes his 3rd win on the season. That's a big one, because again, that 2nd place battle between him and Slaunch is still going on, so, you know, him taking that dub there, and then Slaunch taking 5th, that's a big gain right there, so look for Slaunch to try to regain in that 2nd Moto. Try to hold that off. They're still going to have 1 more tonight and 3 more next week. Hope you guys enjoyed that first Moto at Lagavulin. Let's send it on over to the second one.